Every second, modern organizations process a massive volume of human capital data. Hours worked, skills acquired, benefits utilized. This continuous flow of information dictates how a company operates. Originally, tracking the employee lifecycle was a manual process. First-generation HR relied on physical record-keeping, rooms full of filing cabinets where data sat isolated and difficult to search. Second-generation systems digitized these records using standalone desktop software. However, these systems were siloed. A payroll program could not communicate with recruitment software. The data was electronic, but it remained functionally trapped. The third generation introduced integrated, cloud-based networks. For the first time, these separate functional blocks were linked into a single loop, allowing data to move across the entire organization. This shift moved HR data out of physical cabinets and isolated hard drives, allowing it to be updated and accessed in real time. This integrated architecture is known as a Human Resource Information System, or HRIS. It is the software solution designed to handle the complexities of a modern workforce. An HRIS performs three primary functions: the day-to-day management of operations, the continuous tracking of employee metrics, and the analysis of that information. By executing these functions within a single environment, an HRIS streamlines processes that previously required multiple departments and redundant data entry. Centralizing this information allows leadership to move past guesswork. They can look at actual metrics to make precise, data-driven decisions. This centralization also automates legal and regulatory compliance, securing reporting for equal employment opportunity and tax structures within the system parameters. Ultimately, an HRIS acts as an HRIT promoter, the engine that connects human capital to technological efficiency to boost productivity. To understand how an HRIS achieves this, we have to look at how the architecture is constructed. The foundational axiom of the entire system is the centralized employee database. This core houses the raw inputs for every individual in the organization: personal information, employment history, and documented skills. Around this core, we build functional layers. The first radial module is recruitment and selection. This module handles job postings, manages applicant tracking, and logs interview results. When a candidate is hired, their data feeds directly into the core database, expanding the organization's workforce profile. Next, we add the training and development module, which houses the learning management system. As employees complete courses, this module manages their competencies and training records. It automatically pushes those updates back into the core, keeping the central skills profile current. Establishing these initial layers eliminates redundant data entry, creating a single source of truth for the entire employee lifecycle. Building further, we introduce the performance management module, which tracks goal setting, coaching feedback, and formal evaluations. Alongside it sits the compensation and benefits module, managing salary administration and benefits enrollment. Because these modules exist in the same ecosystem, they communicate with each other. Metrics from a performance evaluation can flow directly into the compensation module to trigger merit increases or incentive programs. We then add the time and attendance module to capture daily scheduling, time tracking, and absence management. Finally, we wrap the entire architecture in the compliance and reporting layer. This pulls data from every node to generate HR metrics and regulatory reports. With the architecture complete, data flows continuously between all nodes. An employee's attendance, performance, and compensation are linked, ensuring accuracy without manual intervention. This structure exists to produce specific outputs, primarily improved efficiency through automation. Faster data entry and a minimized risk of error reduce the administrative workload. This results in cost savings through reduced labor and lower operational expenses. The system also streamlines internal communication. Through collaboration tools and employee self-service portals, workers update their own personal information or enroll in benefits directly. 3 distinct user groups interact with this system: HR professionals who maintain it, employees who input their base data, and functional managers who oversee teams. For functional managers, instant access to centralized records means they can pull data-driven insights to evaluate their department's performance. The value of the HRIS relies on this precise configuration of input, maintenance, and output functions. Despite these clear operational benefits, organizations frequently struggle to deploy an HRIS successfully. Implementation requires a rigorous 3-phase process. Phase 1 is planning and preparation, requiring an honest needs assessment, budgeting, and vendor selection. Phase 2 is installation and configuration. This is where technical hurdles emerge: complex data migration, system integration, and exhaustive testing. Phase 3 is training and change management, emphasizing end-user training and ongoing support. Deployments stall when organizations run into operational challenges, such as inadequate integration, software inflexibility, or complex user interfaces. Human challenges are often just as significant. Systems fail due to user resistance, a lack of expertise, or an underestimation of the time needed for employees to adapt. Overcoming this resistance requires bringing employees into the process early and maintaining clear, consistent communication from senior management. Successful deployment is a socio-technical challenge. The system must be configured to manage the data, and human behavior must be managed to accept the system. Modern HRIS architecture is actively evolving to absorb new technologies. We are seeing the integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning. This moves the HRIS past simple task automation into generating predictive analytics, such as forecasting turnover or identifying future skill gaps. The shift toward remote work means the HRIS must now integrate video conferencing and team messaging directly into the central ecosystem. As companies expand, the system must handle the pressures of globalization, providing multilingual support while enforcing localized compliance regulations for different regions. The system must also forge seamless integrations with separate operational frameworks, like enterprise payroll and project management software. With human capital data becoming globally integrated, strict adherence to data privacy and security frameworks, such as GDPR and HIPAA, is absolute. As an HRIS scales across continents and integrates with predictive AI, robust data governance becomes the non-negotiable operational baseline. The transition from isolated paper records to integrated cloud engines has redefined how organizations understand their people. The modern HRIS is a calibrated ecosystem. When implemented correctly, it empowers human resources to boost productivity, streamline daily operations, and engage employees. In a complex market, an organization cannot achieve a lasting, data-driven competitive advantage without mastering the architecture of its human resource information system.